That's a great question. And this comes back to knowing what the model is. We don't know exactly if it is actually memorizing things. Let's talk about models that are out in the open that we know how they work. And as far as we know, models don't memorize data identically in a way that you would do, for example, in a database, that you go and query this data and it's there. As far as I know, models today, specifically large language models, which are the ones that are usually accused of this, we know that they don't uh, store a copy of it. And that is, there's no copy of the data exactly, but it knows, it really doesn't know, but there's enough information to reconstruct that piece. If we compress it, it changes forms into a smaller compressed number of bits and bytes there. And then we can, that is not exactly an identical copy of the original document, but it's a representation of that you can use to recover the original. But in a way, it knows or it contains enough information that you will be able to reproduce. You could reproduce something, even though the something is not there.
That's interesting. And one of the most famous examples from some of these cases and controversies that came up later, an AI model was asked to create hey, give me a photo of soccer, or make a picture of a soccer player. Is it fair to say that the decoder, as you just described it, would not by itself have the information to make a complete copy until it receives some kind of input vector from a user?
That's correct. It needs to be prompted in a very specific way. Talking about language models or any generative AI, you have to work on how to stimulate the model properly in order to get or reproduce almost identically something from the training data.
One way to say that is that when you have the model, if you're just sitting it on the desk, model of the desk without anybody activating it, that model doesn't have the picture of the football player in it. It needs stimulation from a user before it could recreate that picture. Yeah.